the Fire Mountain. Safe between his parents, Alara and Arion, Pip felt a deep, rumbling joy. The herd was moving together across the Great Plain, and all was right with the world. But then, the world began to shake. A deep groan came from the earth, and in the distance, the Great Fire Mountain coughed a cloud of black smoke into the sky. Panic rippled through the herd like a shockwave. With a terrifying roar, the ground split apart. A deep, jagged chasm opened up right in the middle of the stampeding herd, separating Pip from his family in a heartbeat. "Mama! Papa!" he cried, watching in horror as they were carried away on the other side of the wide, impassable gap. The world was a nightmare of falling ash and fiery orange skies. Pip was alone again, and a familiar fear gripped him. But then he remembered the brave Stegosaurus, Spike. He had to be brave too. He had to find a way back. Taking a deep breath, Pip began to walk along the crumbling edge of the chasm, his eyes searching for any path, any hope. A sudden thud made him jump. Something small had fallen from the ash-choked sky, landing in a heap of tangled vines. It was a pterodactyl with a brilliant blue crest, stunned and frightened. Forgetting his own fear, Pip gently nudged the creature with his snout, carefully pushing the thorny vines away and setting him free. The pterodactyl shook his head, his blue crest wobbling. "Whoa, thanks," he squawked, his voice surprisingly cheerful. "Name's Arrow. That volcano knocked me right out of the sky. You look lost. Me too. I can't find my flock anywhere. Say, how about we team up? I can be your eyes in the sky." A low, cruel hiss cut through the air. Pip froze. He knew that sound. From behind a cluster of burnt rocks, Scar the velociraptor appeared, a jagged scar twisting his snout into a permanent sneer. And he was not alone. Two more raptors fanned out beside him, their sharp claws clicking on the rock as they cornered Pip and Arrow against the chasm's edge. "I'll handle these guys," Arrow chirped bravely. He launched into the air, becoming a blur of blue. He swooped and dove, squawking loudly and nipping at the raptors' tails. His daring display startled the predators. Pip knew he had to act. With a cry of fear, he swung his heavy tail with all his might, forcing the raptors to scatter. "Pip, this way!" Arrow screeched, spotting a narrow spine of rock that stretched across the chasm like a fallen tree. "It's a bridge." As Pip charged towards it, Arrow flew circles around Scar's head, a noisy, flapping distraction that made the lead raptor hiss in fury and gave Pip the precious seconds he needed to reach the bridge. Pip thundered across the fragile bridge. He felt it tremble as the raptors began to follow. Once he was safely on the other side, he turned and stomped down with all his weight. Crack! The rock bridge shattered and fell into the darkness below, leaving Scar and his pack stranded and shrieking with rage. They had done it. They were safe. Pip and Arrow looked out at the strange, ashen landscape ahead of them. Their families were somewhere out there, and the journey would be long and dangerous. But this time, they were not alone. Ready for an adventure? Arrow chirped from his perch on Pip's head. Pip felt a smile spread across his face. With a friend, he was ready for anything.